All right, today I'm going to talk about two of the best paying dApps right now. There's really probably three or four that are paying really good. But the best paying dApp right now, Tron Dapp, by far is probably Tron WoW. I mean, by far, it's probably Tron WoW. This whole, I mean, people just keep mining it. They've got this new Throne game out, which has to do with Game of Thrones and predicting who's going to win, blah, 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 if that's your thing. I've not really messed with it, don't really care about it, and I hate to shock you and say I've hardly even watched Game of Thrones, although I think I'm going to start watching it and binge watch it a little bit. But anyway, they got this whole thing going on right now. And then, but outside of that, it's really, that's just a simple betting. It's really just a basic dice game. And I've got 11,000 tokens. I've been mining it a good bit. The payouts have been solid. I mean, they've been really, really solid. 8% right now on a Tron price of 0.66. But I can tell you that if you mine it, typically you come in under this. If you do enough mining, you got to do a lot of mining to calculate it. A real easy way to do it is say, hey, I've got 5,000 Tron. I'm going to mine it. Set it to 95%. Put it on 100 or whatever, and just let it run. And know how many starting tokens you have, and when you're finished, how many tokens you got, and just divide that number by 5,000 Tron, and you're going to get what your price is. Hopefully, you've got much more than 5,000 tokens. But I don't mine it in that way. I literally play. And this isn't really about my strategy, but I really have a little bit of a gamble strategy that I do. That's me personally. I don't mine hardcore personally anymore, but this thing is paying out. So there's the thing that makes this so incredible, and by the way, there's no affiliate link for this or anything, but I'll put a link down in the description. It's just tronwow.com. But the thing that makes it so incredible is they keep adjusting. Somehow there's dynamic pricing. So when the on Kiwi decks and on the on those, when the price drops, the cost of mining also drops. So they keep adjusting the price. I'm not even sure how that mechanic works. So they keep mining just a little bit cheaper than what the price is on the Kiwi or on the exchanges. And so can you lose? Yeah. I mean, at one point in the beginning, I was mining this for like 50 and 60. I had to make a 50 to 60 Tron wager. So back then, I think it was about 1.5 Tron per WoW token is what it ended up being. So yeah, the price can go down, but the floor's been about 20. When it drops below 20, I tend to mine it right now. And primarily that's because I just want to collect some rewards. If you mine, always put it in and you never pull anything out, then you're going to run the risk of eventually losing. So you've got to have a period of mining hard and then stop and waiting. Mining hard, stop and waiting. And typically the way you do that is you get in early, you mine hard, and I'll talk about that in a minute. You mine hard, then you stop and collect. That's typically how you would want to do it. And some people sell their tokens. I don't typically sell tokens. In fact, I don't think I've sold any in a long time. So this payout is about to happen in a few seconds, and it's going to be just under 700 Tron. And I would be lying to you if I didn't. I really would like to get this to 1,000, but I've mined it hard to get to 10,000. Then I just mine a little bit here and there. So I'm not going to mine it anymore I'm going to try not to mine it anymore for the next couple of days, especially if it stays under 22, bet 22. If it goes under bet 20 or less, I may mine a little bit more. And the way that works is you just make a bet of 22 or 20 or 40 or whatever. It does the math for you. Every time you bet at least 22 Tron, you get one WoW token, win or lose. This is calculated based on whatever the house edge is, which is probably around 2% if I had to guess. So they're saying with the house edge, you're going to lose an average of 0.66 Tron is what they're saying. So this is Tron WoW. It takes it a minute to pay out usually. It doesn't happen instantly. And they're also, the other thing is they're also got this token burn. They've got this auction over here. And there's a bit of negativity that goes on in the chat sometimes because this guy, fuck all, always like, whoa, wait a minute. Is he about to win now? Oh, it just got reset. This guy usually wins. I mean, no matter how much it is, and it's an auction, basically you have to bet your WoW tokens. Every single WoW token bet gets burned even if you don't win. So they're betting their WoW tokens for the pot, and the pot's paid out. I think 30 or 40% goes to the first place, and then the rest get split among the rest of the bettors. I don't do this because it burns your tokens. People do it because you can get a lot of Tron for your WoW, a lot more than you could get if you win. But a lot of people complain because this guy here, I think he's won practically all of them. Somebody traced back his wallet and says he has over 1 billion Tron in his wallet. But he's a huge whale. I mean, he bets, if you come over here to, back to roll, if you come back to leaderboard, this guy gives us divs like there's no tomorrow. Oh, it's not showing up right now. Let's go to reset. We're at the top. Oh, there. See, he's at the top. In the last hour, this resets every hour. In the last hour, the guy wagered 434,000 Tron. In the last hour, that's how much he wagered. His bets have to be huge, and it's like the dude's like 24/7. Here's someone at 300,000 Tron. There's some big whales, and then there's 60,000. There's some big whales in here, and the reason they keep mining is because, I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, man, what do these guys know that I don't know? Maybe I should just keep going hardcore on this because it's tempting. It's tempting. I'm not FOMOing. I'm holding right now and just collecting divs. I got 600 and something yesterday. I'm going to get 600. Look, 3K this morning. If you read this chat sometimes, 3K again in divs. Great morning. If you read this chat, I mean, there's people who got 400,000 WoW tokens. I mean, there's some people that have been mining this consistently since it started. I was late to the party. I mined like 1,000 or 2, didn't do anything else. And then finally I was like, wow, this is really, wow. Did you see what I did there? Tron, wow, wow. I was like, well, this is really interesting. I mean, this is continuing. It's got over 1 million divs practically every day. It's just reset. Look, we're already at 17,000. It's got practically over 1 million divs, 1 million Tron in the div pool every day. Past several days has been over 2 million. You just saw it was at 3 million. So this one is interesting for sure. And again, look, the price just adjusted. It adjusts every hour based on what's the dividend price. So it prevents people from mining and dumping on the market. Mining and dumping on the market. So there's Tron WoW. Now what I'm focused on right now is PokerTron. PokerTron's come out with blackjack. Let's talk about PokerTron. If you don't know about PokerTron, I've got an entire video series on my channel about PokerTron, and I'll put that at the end of this video. PokerTron is fascinating, and I'll try to put it on the card as well above. But PokerTron is fascinating. This video is not going to get out for several hours because I've got to upload it, and I've got other work I got to do before I do that. So hopefully you don't miss out on too much of this if you like PokerTron. Now, this isn't financial advice. I'm not telling you to play with any of these dApps, but if you're already in this space and you understand the dApp space, then you probably are already aware of PokerTron and Tron WoW. But PokerTron is the best video poker on blockchain-based video poker. Meaning, I want you to understand, and I wanted to do a whole video on this, but if you go like to Tron Bet Live, I don't think people realize, and let me do this real quick. I like what they're doing in some ways, but in other ways I don't. And I don't think people realize this. If you come to Tron Bet Live and you come to play, and I've played a good little bit here, and it's fun. And don't get me wrong, they got a lot of slots. They look great, the whole 9 yards. And you can ask yourself, how come they've been able to do this, but people like 888 Tron hasn't been able to do it? Well, the main reason, and I don't want to get into all the business side of it, is this. It's not based off the blockchain at all. This is not blockchain gaming. This is just gambling your Tron. So I want you to understand that. The outcome is not based off what happens on the blockchain. It's just a standard computer video slot with a RNG, random number generator. And the reason you know that is because, and someone can correct me if they can show me proof that I'm wrong, but the reason you know that is because you deposit. You have to pull money out of your wallet, deposit into a wallet. This is no different. The only reason this is convenient is because right now to deposit dollars into an online casino, sometimes you got to jump through various hoops. I guess in theory, you got to jump through hoops too to deposit Tron, to get Tron. But once you have it, you just deposit it here. You have to recharge. Notice they don't say you deposit. You recharge and then you withdraw when you're done. But you don't get to see like the outcomes. The Tron doesn't stay in your wallet like on Tron Vegas, like on the normal Tron Bet, like on 888 Tron, and like on PokerTron. So PokerTron is a true video poker game, but it's all based off the blockchain. And And so I love PokerTron in general, and the divs have been good. They only pay out after every mining, after every mining stage, which takes a while. I think we're on 2 weeks waiting for this divs, but the divs are always pretty good. I mean, it's super cheap to mine. Right now it's I don't even know what it would be right now to mine one. At stage 1, it's going up 20% each stage. We're in stage 4, so it's probably not even 2 Tron to get one PKT token. Originally, it was about 1 Tron per token. And by the way, that's one of the things that makes Tron WoW so amazing. The tokens are so cheap to mine. It makes your speed of ROI a lot faster when the tokens are very cheap to mine. So PKT tokens, in the beginning, the very first payout, we had 100% ROI. That is crazy. If you were able to get your tokens at the mining cost, we had 100% ROI on the very first payout. So I don't mind that it takes a while for them to pay out. It's like a little savings account of Tron, and then it pays out. But then they come out with this blackjack. Now, again, the great thing about blackjack, and I'm going to tell you what I don't like about it here in a minute. The great thing about blackjack is it's a true blockchain game. How do you know? Well, because it looks a little bit glitchy, and they'll be making adjustments to this. Video poker had the same issue. Watch this. So I'll bet 100 Tron. Oh, I still got this running. So, by the way, I came back into a game. I'd already, if it's on the blockchain, if you leave and come back, your game is still there. Let me just hit this. I'll finish this up. Hit. Oh, I thought I hit. I would have to go back and look at the video. See, that's a possible glitch. The way I'm about to show you how you know it's happening on a blockchain. You're about to see it right now. See how it changed like that? This ticks people off, but it only ticks them off because they think, somehow the game cheated them. The game didn't cheat you. The UI and the blockchain are not in proper sync. So the same thing happened in video poker. Cards would change and people would freak out. But if you notice, if you watch the numbers don't change. The cards will change. The number just said 5, and then the card said something else, and then all of a sudden it switched to a 5. So it's just it's off with the UI. So let's do a hit. Okay. So here's one thing I don't like. They call it a tie. The technical term is a push. What I don't like is that if I have a tie or a push, I just bet the same amount. I do a progressive betting style here. If you understand blackjack and you understand proper play statistically, then I can cover that in another video. So statistically, by the way, proper play is you stand here. I can cover that in another video. I'm not trying to make a video teaching you how to play blackjack based on proper statistics, but there are ways to play to increase your chances. There are optimal strategies that you wouldn't necessarily realize are optimal. Like if you have a 12 and you see a 6, the proper strategy is to stay on your 12. Okay, this is 17. Against a 3, I'll stand. 23, bust. So then I go back to my base bet. So that's just kind of how I play. But what they're doing right now, and I love this, they didn't create a token. Or did they? Check it out. You see this PKT BJ token? But it's not really a real token. In the announcements, they said it's not a... notice how many PKT tokens I got, by the way, for that play. You get a lot of tokens, and they pay out really well. So you still get your normal PKT tokens for playing blackjack, but you also get some of these PKT blackjack tokens. So this is not and this PKT blackjack token is going to give you some divs. This is a special temporary mining pool. So what makes it temporary? Well, it's only going to last for about 4 weeks, I believe, is what they said. Let's see. Right here, BJ dividend pool only exists for 2 weeks, and the difficulty of the pool increases every 24 hours. So now we're in day 1, so that's why you can earn tokens so fast. Blackjack's revenue, 80% enters its own dividend pool right here, and the other 20% will go to the original PKT dividend pool. So 20% of it will feed this dividend pool. But bear with me, because you're going to see what's different. PKT blackjack tokens cannot be transferred when they are mined. They will be automatically freezed. After the blackjack dividend pool is over, PKT Blackjack will automatically expire. So this isn't a PKT token at all. This is an ERC20 token at all. This isn't a permanent token. This is just a mathematical equation basically of what they're showing you. They're trying to encourage people to play blackjack. And as you play blackjack, you're going to earn some dividends essentially. And this is just for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, all blackjack play, all dividends will go to the main pool. So right now, 80% are reserved for blackjack players to get the rewards off of blackjack. 20% goes to people that are holding PKT tokens. But at the end, the PKT Blackjack is just a promotion in 2 weeks, and all dividends will go to one pool. This is the way it's supposed to be. Sometimes I feel like it's a weird money grab when you see additional tokens come out. So in the end, this is just an incentive to get people excited about trying out the Blackjack, probably give them a chance to stress test it with a lot of volume, give them a chance to be able to make adjustments, which I'm certain they're going to be making. But in the end, it's still going to be one token earning dividends from 2 games. This is an awesome development for PokerTron. I'm excited about it. It seems to pay out well. I think there's no way that this doesn't help it pay out even a little bit more. And I'm going to be mining it just because, well, quite honestly, look at this. I'm earning more Tron per PKT Blackjack token. So I'm going to practically ROI in day one, in the very first payout. I think it pays out every 24 hours. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna ROI right away, and I'm probably gonna be able to ROI for the next 2 or 3 days. I'll keep an eye on it, but I'll probably be able to keep ROI. Yes, the exact same. Yes, so this is the exact same payout probably that the exact same mining cost. Maybe. I want to tell you what I don't like about this real quick. I tried to tell you what the mining cost was based off of basic perfect strategy blackjack. Depending on the rules, how many times you can double down and split, stuff like that, the payout on blackjack and that sort of thing. The house edge is typically less than 2%. It's just over 1% in most cases, depending on the minor rules adjustments. However, the house edge on their blackjack is a good bit higher. I hope they make some adjustments to this game. I give them kudos for developing a true blockchain blackjack game. But you cannot, if you're a blackjack player, you've already noticed this as I was playing. You can't split and you can't double down on any cards. And blackjack doesn't pay 2 to 1. That's a problem because that's where all your money's made in blackjack. That's what makes blackjack a good game among, card players, because it pays well, but it pays well because of it has low house edge and pays pretty well, but it's because of the splits and double downs. Like if you get 2 threes, I got 2 threes a while ago, you should split that and make it 2 different hands, and you play those 2 hands separately, because there's an assumption that your next card, keep in mind all face cards are 10, all 10s are 10s. So there's more 10s than anything. So if you have 2 threes, there's an assumption that your next card is going to be a 10, which makes you a 16. That's a really bad hand to have in blackjack. If you split your threes, you got a far more likely of improving each additional hand than you do of landing on a 16 when you just keep 2 threes alone in one hand. I hope that's clear to you. But so the fact that you can't split and double down is a little bit of a problem. But I'm still going to play it honestly just for a mining play. But I'll go back and play video poker until if they make the appropriate changes. So if the creators of PokerTron or any admin in the PokerTron Telegram, I don't ever go in there but once or twice a week just to see what's going on. But somebody get some information out to these developers. They've got a great start here, but this is far from a perfect game. It's a good mining opportunity, I think, and I'm going to keep playing it the way that I play it. I start with 100 and I'll go up to 1600 until I win, and then I'll go back to 100 if I hit 1600. But I'm going to keep playing it. By the way, I just noticed Tron Wild dividends paid out. If you saw the stream, I'm almost at 5,000. That's from the Tron Wild dividends. So these are 2 great. There's another really, really, really good DApp that I like, but I'll save it for another video that pays out. Like it's paying out really well right now. Like it's been paying out really well for 2 or 3 weeks, and no one's really talking about it. So I'm going to do another video on that. If you want to see that video, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon. And if there's anybody vocal in the PokerTron Telegram, let them know. They need to figure out how to make blackjack pay 2 to 1. And I know the issues are trying to create smart contract. This is all run on a smart contract of some sort. But they need blackjack to pay out 2 to 1. And we need to be able to split and double down on the appropriate cards. I mean, that's where you can earn your money. And it's where players who like to just gamble and risk it up lose money because they make bad plays on multiple hands instead of just one hand. And in theory, this would be awesome if at some point, now this is just wishing right now, but it would be awesome if at some point you could run the 2 different hands at the same time, because a lot of people like to play multiple hands. Again, if PokerTron was taking the shortcut that TronBet is doing, and that's really what TronBet has done with their TronBet Live, they've kind of taken a shortcut here. I'm not saying this is bad. The proof is the community don't mind centralization. That's what kind of sucks, is that people in crypto prefer centralization. But centralized applications still function better than decentralized applications. But PokerTron, it appears that this is a decentralized application. Oh, I need to stand right here. It appears that this is a decentralized application. Bam. See how the jack changed to a king? That's not cheating. That's just the blockchain is correct. The UI is being funky. We'll play again. I'll finish out this hand, and then I'll wrap up this video. But what I'm gonna be talking about probably on my next video. Oh, 21. See, it's just gonna give me an even payout, and I should be getting 2 to 1, and I'm not getting it. So it is what it is. That was 21. That was blackjack, and it says winner. It would be nice if it said blackjack. But again, it's for a decentralized game. I think that PokerTron is way ahead of probably every other DApp in the ability of creating a true gaming experience with more complicated games than such as dice, more complicated dynamics. So I give them credit, but I still think they got a long ways to go in this blackjack game. But I'm gonna mine it because it's a great mining opportunity. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video where I talk about another DApp that hardly anyone's talking about that is very addictive. It's a lot of fun to play. Again, nobody's really talking about it. So stay tuned for that. Hit that bell notification icon. Thank you so much for watching. And let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite DApp right now that you're playing? Thank you for watching.